Good morning, Lincoln Lions. This is Mr. Conan. This is your daily announcements for Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. We'll start with the pledge. Please stand. 3, 2, 1. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next, let's go right into our Lincoln spirit. 1, 2, 3. Lincoln spirit makes us proud, respectful lions above the crowd. Our spirit makes us try our best and challenges us to encourage the rest. All right, announcements for students and teachers. Students, make sure you're checking in with your teacher. Not just your parents checking in with them, but all teachers want to know how you're doing. In fact, I tasked all teachers last week and this week to give each family a phone call home, not just a text, but a phone call home, and to find out how you're doing and how your parents are doing. Did you know we have a virtual Spirit Week? I hope you do. Yesterday we had Superhero Day. We had many adults and kids and volunteers that dressed up as superheroes and then sent pictures. If you'd like to see a lot of those pictures, please go to our Facebook page. Today it's Sports Teams Day. As you can tell, I am wearing my favorite sports team, the Chicago Bears, and my favorite player is Khalil Mack. All right, I love to see your guys' sportswear today. Tomorrow it's Dress Up or Pose with a Pet Day. I can't wait to see all the great pets tomorrow and sports team today. This Saturday, we'll be doing an Easter egg hunt. You can design an Easter egg in any fashion, place it in your window of your house so it's visible. Then on Saturday, you can walk with your family or drive around your neighborhood looking for eggs. This is being done district-wide, so any neighborhood would work. We are including a piece of white construction paper in your packets on Thursday. Staff, there is a full staff meeting. We'll have, that's both classified and certified. We'll have a quick virtual meeting on Thursday at 1 o'clock. I know we have packet pickup going on, so I'll probably pull the aides that are working into here for that quick update so they can hear what's going on. I'll send out that link on Thursday around 12:45 for that Zoom meeting. Next piece is parenting tips, self-help, and strategies. Today's parenting tip comes from Miss Shelby. She talked about managing homework. Managing homework on a normal week can create hardships. But now, having more work at home may create even more challenges for some kids and parents. Not only are their normal school schedules and basic routines changed, but the world around them is changing. This can be an extremely difficult time for kids too. They could be filled with all different types of emotions. So it's important that we as adults stay mindful so we can meet our kids where they are emotionally and help them build strong resiliency skills to thrive. Now, friends, we may not have all the answers you need, but we want you to know that we'll support you through this however we can. You're not alone. If you need more ideas, let us know. Positive Warrior. John Gordon, a well-known motivational speaker and author, talks about being positive, not because life is easy, but because life is hard. I believe we must continue to find positives not only at home, but also outside the walls of our house. You may find it positive with a brother or sister or parent or guardian or someone you don't even know. Today's positive warrior is Carter. When Carter did a room transformation for learning at his house, he made his kitchen into a restaurant. He included the rest of his family in his project. He had math, reading, writing, and typing all in one project-based learning event. What a great positive warrior, including the rest of his family in his project. Please send me, your teacher, or have your parents post on Facebook your positive warrior acts so we can continue to celebrate them on announcements each day. I believe this world needs more positives, and I want you to help me be a positive warrior. All right. Rylan, who's a sixth grader here at Lincoln, is invaluable. He understands the concept of school culture. He knows that school culture not only is every staff member at school, but every parent and even every student. Rylan, for the last several weeks, has been doing a weekly update newspaper for the sixth graders. And we shared some earlier this week. I want to share with you today this fantastic story that I believe could be made into a movie quite easily. It's called Squirrel Pursuit. It's based on some very much real events, but some fictional pieces too. And he has a rating on it. It is rated PG. So parents, make sure that you understand if the children are allowed to listen to PG stories, that this story, Squirrel Pursuit, is PG. On March 19th, I was walking about a park and I spotted a squirrel. Now, this squirrel bothered me because it was existing quite angrily. I decided to deliver a snowball right into his tiny, insolent face. This proved to be a terrible decision. After I'd nearly hit its head, the squirrel looked at me with his beady little eyes. I ran faster than Usain Bolt. This angry beast of a tree dweller was traveling maliciously at me full speed. It began to chatter angrily at me in squirrelese, and I ran even faster. I dashed up a tree, but its cousins began to slowly descend upon my position. I screamed like a child and fell out of the tree onto the squirrel. The squirrel then picked me up with his tiny woodland arms and threw me into my grandma's car. The car alarm blared as the windows shattered, and I sat against the car dazed. I slowly looked up to see at least 1,000 of those little angry beasts of the trees descend onto me. I slowly got up and I tried to run, but the enraged creatures were faster and quickly surrounded me. I gasped. I dropped to the floor in fear, preparing myself for the worst. Then, an elderly squirrel with an eye patch and a sharp stick approached me and chanted something in his native language. He raised his arms to the sky as if to sacrifice me to the gods. Just then, my brother did a backflip and landed right in front of the leader squirrel and chattered at him angrily. They had a small heated argument. Then the elders came. Cain began to glow and he cast fire at my brother. My brother dodged the attack and somersaulted over to pick up a stick off the ground and engaged in an intense and chaotic sword fight with their sticks. I seized the opportunity to make a break for it and ran all the way home. I never saw my brother again after that event, but I have heard he now rules over the squirrel clans and owns the park. In fact, I heard on the news that the U.S. Marines were called to retake the park, but they joined my brother in complete and total conquest of all the parks in the world. So, if you see any squirrels at the park, just know my brother is sitting in this palace in the biggest tree there. He cloned himself to be at every park in the world to keep you safe. The end. Maybe. Good job, Rylan. That is a fantastic story for our Lincoln Lions. Speaking of story, let's move on to the book of the day. Each day we'll be reading a story for you from the list of scholastic books we have been approved to read. Today I have a fabulous guest reader, one of our kindergarten teachers, Miss Dews. She'll be reading The Gruffalo, written by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. This story talks about bravery. How can you be brave? Listen to Miss Dews and think about that question.
Lincoln Lions, this is Miss Dews. I'm going to be your guest reader today. While I'd much rather be sitting in room 1A with my fabulous kindergartners, I'm going to go with the flow and I'm going to make the most of this situation. So the book that I'm going to read to you today is a story called The Gruffalo. This is a book that my two boys, Jackson and Cooper, always enjoyed. And I hope that you do as well. If you do like it and have Amazon Prime at home, you can watch the cartoon of it. So let's get started. The Gruffalo. A mouse took a stroll through the deep dark wood. The fox saw the mouse and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. It's terribly kind of you, fox, but no, I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth and terrible jaws. Where are you meeting him? Here by these rocks. And his favorite food is a roasted fox. Roasted fox, so my fox said. Goodbye, little mouse, and away he sped. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. An owl saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Join me for tea in my treetop house. It's frightfully nice of you, owl, but no, I'm going to have tea with a gruffalo. A gruffalo? What's a gruffalo? A gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. Where are you meeting him? Here by the stream. His favorite food was owl ice cream. Owl ice cream, to woo, to wit. Goodbye, little mouse, and away he flew. Silly old owl, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a gruffalo? On went the mouse through the deep dark wood. A snake saw the mouse, and the mouse looked good. Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come for a feast in my log pile house. It's wonderfully good of you, snake, but no, I'm having a feast with a gruffalo. A gruffalo? What's a gruffalo? A gruffalo? Why, didn't you know? His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, he has purple prickles all over his back. Where are you meeting him? Here by the lake. And his favorite food is a scrambled snake. Scrambled snake? It's time I hid. Goodbye, little mouse, and away snake slid. Silly old snake, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Oh, but who is this creature with terrible claws and terrible teeth and terrible jaws? He has knobbly knees and turned out toes and a poisonous wart at the end of his nose. His eyes are orange, his tongue is black, he has purple prickles all over his back. Oh, help! Oh, no! It's a gruffalo! My favorite food, the gruffalo said. You'll taste good on a slice of bread. Good, said the mouse. Don't call me good. I'm the scariest creature in the deep dark wood. Just walk behind me and soon you'll see. Everyone is afraid of me. Oh, sure, said the gruffalo, bursting with laughter. You lead the way and I'll follow after. They walked and walked till the gruffalo said, I hear a hiss in the grass ahead. It's Snake, said the mouse. Why, Snake, hello. Snake took one look at the gruffalo. Oh dear, he said. Goodbye, little mouse, and slid right into his log pile house. You see, said the mouse, I told you so. Amazing, said the gruffalo. They walked some more till the gruffalo said, I hear a hoot in the trees ahead. It's Owl, said the mouse. Why, Owl, hello. Owl took one look at the gruffalo. Hoo-hoo, he said. Goodbye, little mouse, and he flew right up to his treetop house. You see, said the mouse, I told you so. Astounding, said the gruffalo. They walked some more till the gruffalo said, I hear some paws on the path ahead. It's Fox, said the mouse. Why, Fox, hello. Fox took one look at the gruffalo. Oh, help, he said. Goodbye, little mouse, and he ran right into his underground house. The mouse said, Gruffalo, now you see, everyone is afraid of me. But now my tummy is starting to rumble, and my favorite food is a Gruffalo crumble. Gruffalo crumble, the Gruffalo said, and as quick as the wind, he turned and fled. All was quiet in the deep dark wood, and the mouse found a nut, and the nut was good. I hope you enjoyed that story. It's one of our favorites. I miss all of you so very much. What I challenge you to do with this book is think about how brave that little mouse was. He was the smallest animal in the entire story, and yet he had everybody a little nervous around him. So I challenge you to do something brave today. Have an awesome Tuesday.
Thank you, Miss Dews. What a fabulous story about bravery. So instead of questions today, Miss Dews has a challenge for you. Do something brave. Have your parent post this response on Facebook so we can celebrate your brave action today. We need all of us to be brave for this time of the coronavirus. we are looking for more people that would like to read a book or morning announcements. We would even love to have students share their videos of them reading a short book that lasts 5 to 8 minutes. Please send them to your teacher or Mr. Conan. Sharing a YouTube link or even sending an iVideo might be the easiest piece. All right, one of my favorite parts is ending with the song of the day. Each day, we'll be bringing you a motivational song to get you ready for remote learning. If you would like to nominate a song for our morning announcements, please email or talk with your teacher or have your parents write a comment on this Facebook post. Today's song comes from the Dews Brothers. They want you to know that we all have to work together and be brave today. So let's celebrate by playing Bruno Mars's song, Count on Me. Go be a positive warrior and go Lime Pride.
Stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me,